You probably heard the news that our boy Terry is suing Gwyneth Paltrow for $400K, which sort of jogged our memory to the stuff that monster, absolute monster, did to me and Daniel last time we were on the slopes.
It was 2017, and Ryan and I were on the bunny hill when I could just feel Gwyneth Paltrow skiing up behind me, at which point suddenly she pulls out one of those extendable batons and kneecaps me Tanya Harding style before yelling, "This is Paltrow country," and then she spat on me.
She did spit on him. It was about $400K worth of spit, if you ask me.
I can barely podcast anymore. I don't know.
She also looked at me and yelled, "This is Paltrow country," and then spit on me. But I walked over to Daniel. I said, "Are you okay?" At which point she started kicking me, and then she jumped on the top ropes that were available and then did a people's elbow to me. And then when I was lying on the ground, she said, "Coldplay is the best band in the world. You talk smack about them. You got hell to pay." And I said, "I don't even know what you're talking about." I guess she was with Chris Martin at the time. And she goes, "Yeah, I got everything bugged. I hear everything. Nothing gets by, Paltrow." And then she goes, "Yellow's the best song in the world and you're gonna learn to love it." And then at that point she pulled down her pants and started peeing on the ground and smushing my face in the pee. And then she said, "You better like Yellow now."
Oh, that's awful. And that wasn't even our only encounter with Gwyneth Paltrow.
I wish it was.
Me too. When Ryan and I were hiking in 2018, we saw her dumping a batch of oil in the ravine. And then I looked up, and it's Gwyneth Paltrow. I couldn't believe it, but then I knew I had screwed up, and then bam, the extendable baton comes out again.
And then she looked up at me and she said, "Well, if it isn't Jew Boy and Piss Face." And she grabbed a bucket of oil and dumped it on me, and then she pulled down her pants and started pissing again, which gave me PTSD while she screamed at the top of her lungs, "Black and yellow, black and yellow."
And then she yelled out, "Hey, Freeman, I think Jew Boy wants a turn."
Morgan Freeman was there too. We also think he owes us about $400K.
Yes, Morgan Freeman was there, and then for some reason he took his shirt off, he dipped it into the water, and then he started snapping us locker room style. It was absolutely horrible. And then he yelled out, "Lordy, Lordy, look who's Morgan," which didn't even make sense, but it's why I remember
That's
it.
correct. It didn't even make sense. But I put those locker room slaps to Daniel at about $100,000 a pop, and I thought maybe I got off easy this time until Morgan pulled down his pants, and then they both had their pants down, and they started crossing streams, pissing on top of me. And then Gwyneth Paltrow was taking her thumb and putting it to create a hose effect. And as I was sitting there, I thought I was going to drown, and they grabbed hands in the top of their lungs. They yelled, "Harvey Weinstein will never die."
And if that wasn't enough, I then feel the pain of a punch to the back of my neck, and I turned around, and it was Ben Stiller.
Ben Stiller was also there. He owes us about $400,000.
He
These
also
monsters
owes
need to
us
be stopped.
400,000. Yes, they're just monsters. And also, did you know that Gwyneth Paltrow didn't actually gain weight for Shallow Hal? She just wore a fat suit.